Well, good morning folks, it's Paul here from All About Motorbikes. How you all doing? It is Saturday now and I'm out for a ride in this glorious weather of ours. It may be a little tad chilly at some points. I think it's 7 degrees at the moment, but look, we have blue skies, you know, it's dry. What more do you want, eh? I'm going to go and meet my good friend Graham Calvert. We're supposed to be meeting in Whitby at the Whalebones at round about 11 o'clock. That was normal. I'm always early because that's just how I roll. I like to be early anyway. So, but yeah, we're going to have a little run around, and I think what we're going to do is take in Runswick Bay, Port Mulgrave, and also Staves. We're going to go down into Staves and then finish off in Saltburn. Now, I'm not too sure about where we'll end up. We might end up riding all the way back over to Thornton Ledale and finish the ride there together. But that's the plan for today, so if you fancy sticking around with me and Graham, you're more than welcome. I'm happy to have you all along, so let's go. And of course we're coming down the infamous Lythe Bank with all this beautiful scenery, absolutely gorgeous. And this takes us into the little hamlet of Sands End. Always a popular spot this. This used to have a railway that used to come across those hills, and across there was a bridge that spanned across and came into that station there. Obviously it's no longer there now, but that used to be the railway line. It used to go right across there. So we're in Whitby town now, folks. And what I'm going to do is, there's some shops here on the left, I'm going to bear left there. Normally I go straight on, which takes me down into the town itself, but we're going to go left. And this will take me round to the Whalebones. And that's a lift down to the cliff, to the beach should I say. Lift to the beach. And look at this typical seaside curved buildings. Nice GS there. Lovely bikes them. Excellent touring bikes. Get all over on them. Mile crunchers, a bit like the one I'm on now, the Pan-European. A mile cruncher. Fantastic. And there's Mr. Calvert, he's actually beat me. Well, we've just stopped so Graham can use the loo in the Whistle Stop Cafe, and straight ahead there you can see is the replica of the Endeavour. Where we're heading today in Staves, Captain Cook had a bit of history there too. I think he had an apprenticeship with a greengrocer in there for 1 year before he came to live in Whitby. And then when he came here, he joined the Royal Navy, and the rest is history, so to say, so to speak. And up above there, if you can see with this drift, is Whitby Abbey. In the summertime in this town you can't actually move. That's the only one downside to Whitby, and getting a car park is just an absolute blooming nightmare, really. So that's us now, just getting ready to leave Whitby. So we're heading back the same way, more or less, that I came. And the view from here over there is absolutely spectacular. Of the cliffs. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, where we're going to end up going is Staves, and that used to have one of the biggest fishing fleets around here. I mean, there was 80 boats who used to leave Staves Harbour every morning to go out fishing, and most of those boats were like the cobble fishing boats. And there is still a few there, and a few part-time fishermen, but nowhere near the amount that there used to be. Finally got past it, eh? Brilliant. We'd have been following that all the way to Runswick Bay. So it's a tad windy, but that's not a problem really. And as we're coming here, the view in front of us actually is absolutely spectacular as well. You can see for miles and miles around, and it's all green land, farmland, working lands as well. Over to our right, I can see, but you won't probably be able to make out the cliffs of Bowlby, which happens to be one of the highest sea cliffs in England. And look at the view here, folks. Just take that view in, eh? Look at that. Absolutely glorious. And over to our right, that is Runswick Bay, so we're going to head over there. That's why you can't go rushing around here, because you get a lot of people walking their animals and things like that. And also people that are just hiking as well. And this is a view and a half, folks, isn't it, eh? Look at that. Isn't this beautiful, eh? Have you ever been here? No, no, they won't go anywhere. Definitely not.
I've never been here in my life.
Well, see, that's Kettleness over that way, and the railway used to run through there's a tunnel under there.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know that line. I've
Yeah.
actually read a book about it.
Yeah, so it used to come out under there and go back in through there.
Tunnel, is it?
It's Kettleness, yeah, and Sands End.
Yeah.
What a beautiful little place this is, eh? There's a railway tunnel that used to run all the way through those hills there. Kettleness railway tunnel, and it used to go from there all the way down into Sands End. So we've just had a nice cup of coffee, and we're going to make our way over to Staves. Yeah, quite a nice little town. Runswick Bay, folks. Beautiful, isn't it? And quite a popular place as well. It's quite a sheltered bay, this as well. It's lovely. Are we off to Staves then?
Yeah, I'm ready with you.
Well, I'll just put my gloves on, brother, then we'll get away. Right, let's go. It's a very steep incline out of here. Now that's also the beauty about being on a bike, because you normally have to park in here and it's a pay. You've got to pay to park. Whereas with the bikes we could get them right down to where we were, and obviously didn't have to pay because we were stood around them. So you can visit a lot more places. I mean, you wouldn't want to leave your bike there because you're not allowed to, but if you stood by them, you can move them at any time if anyone actually does come along and says move them. So we're going to go to Staves now, and we aren't too far from Staves now. We're in Inderwell, and Staves is actually the next village along. There's a huge difference to the top half of Staves than there is to the bottom. The top half is more modern, more 60s, 70s kind of buildings and things like that. The bottom half goes back a long time. Up ahead to our left here we have Bowlby Potash Mine and the Bowlby Cliff, which I've said before is the highest cliff, sea cliff in England. And this is the town of Staves, folks. So watch the transition from the top half of Staves to the bottom half of Staves. You're welcome. Nice day for it. You have to, yeah. Always nice to be nice. And this, my friends, is the beautiful harbour village of Staves. It's a lovely steep incline down to the village itself. You've got cliff tops over there. Look at all these cobble streets, Staves Gallery, the Royal George pub. You got Dottie's tea room to our right here. And look at all these little boatyards, gift shops, and it has its own butchers. Thank you. And this, my friends, is the little harbour town of Staves. Hey? It certainly does. Now, how beautiful is this?
It's the second time I've ever been here. The first time I was here with Julian.
The tide's out.
Oyster catchers down there.
Yep, certainly are. No idea, Graham. Well, this place here used to have one of the biggest fishing fleets going. There used to be over 80 cobbles that used to go out from here.
Yeah, I was just going to say when we came here last time, but I can't think when we would have come here.
Yeah. There's still a few part-time fishermen here. But, yeah, there used to be over 80.
No, it was Kate I came here with, and the kids. It wasn't Julian.
Yeah.
So I think I have been here since mid-80s.
Long time then, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I seem to remember there was all cobbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, isn't this?
Oh, it's outstanding, isn't it? This is where Captain Cook was born, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
No. Captain Cook was born in Marton, in Cleveland, right? What he did, he came here, but 18 something it was, and he served an apprenticeship in a grocer's shop here for 1 year only, and then he left here and went to live in Whitby, where he joined the Royal Navy. Right. That's a bit of history I know. Well, we're just about to leave Stays. We've had a little look around and a little chat. The polar bear over there in the distance, I don't know whether you'll see it with a drift, but it's made out of like wicker basket type stuff. Pretty good, and I didn't notice that until I got my bridge camera out and zoomed right in. Are you ready, Mr. Calvert? Right, we're off to Saltburn now, and I think we're going to have something to eat. Yes, you definitely need good suspension coming down here. And there we are. We've left Staves now. I'm going to head over towards Saltburn, folks. Absolutely beautiful place, the Staves. That has to be on par with my favourite place, Whitby. And I did a walk from there along that coast north. It's part of the Cleveland Way, which takes you over Bowlby Cliffs there and into Saltburn, where the wife picked us up from the pub, because you've got to have a pint at the end of every walk, haven't you, really? But it's a very pleasurable walk as well, especially when there's no wind and it's nice and sunny. It's a marvellous walk. Along here, just over there to our right here, it's where they found the remains of the Saxon princess, just above Loftus. Yeah, Saxon princess. And over to our left there's a place called Handale, and that used to have a priory, which there's absolutely nothing left of that apart from a stone casket with an emblem on the top, on the sides as well. This is Loftus, folks. East Loftus. We've just left East Loftus, and this is now we're coming into the marketplace of Loftus. Nice little pub there to our left, the Britannia. And that there used to be a pub as well. So we're going to head straight over this roundabout, folks, and go into Broughton, and we take a side road round the back of Broughton, which will then take us or drop us into Saltburn. So this is now Broughton, folks, and there's a nice little pub down here called the Blood Tub, or the Queen's Arms. But that is an absolute brilliant place for something to eat, and the views that you get from here are absolutely outstanding as well. It's a shame that they're masked by these high edges and that, but you get a grand view over there of the whole of Teesside. You can see as far as Hartlepool in the distance, and I can see straight ahead the Victorian buildings of Saltburn, which are absolutely outstanding. Hence why the railway was put into Saltburn, to bring all the Victorians in, to, you know, it was a seaside town and Victorians back in the day loved it. And this is the seaside town of Saltburn, folks. That is Catnab. We have the ship, and that little place is the old mortuary. I wish you had smell-o-vision here because it's beautiful. You'll remember this from the last time we were here.
Yeah, I have no idea where you were coming.
But I thought this time we'll park here.
Yeah, save the war.
Well, of course it does, and also, you know, you can keep an eye on your bikes, you know, so... Exactly, yeah. So we're at Saltburn, folks. I think we're going to grab something to eat now and enjoy a fish and chip. So I'll bring you back when we're on our way out of Saltburn. Bye for now. But it's turned out to be a beautiful day. I mean, it's fluctuating between 10 and 12 degrees today. In the sun, out of the wind and everything like that, it feels a lot warmer, obviously. This is the village of Liverton. Beautiful. Oh, look at all these daffodils out here. It's 3 o'clock of the day, you don't realise. The North Yorkshire was such a beautiful place, and a vast place as well. It's quite large. It's probably one of the biggest moorlands in the country. There's my good buddy Graham. I mean, it's very picturesque, this part, in some parts though, it really is. Some very beautiful places to come and see around here. I've waved Graham on ahead because he now knows this road like the back of his hand anyway. And I want to get some footage of him, as I always like to, because it may look like I was out but obviously you couldn't see him, so I want some footage of him as well. And I think this is the sort of thing we'll employ, this sort of system, when we're riding up towards Scotland as well. I'll get Graham to take the lead for a certain amount of time, and I'll do the same. So it doesn't become too much, you know, so you're not leading all the way and you can sit back behind someone and relax. To me, that's what it's all about. I'm using the Pullman's cruise control again. I'll tell you what, it doesn't half make a difference to your riding. For someone like me as well, because my hands ache at the best of times, because after a lot of years, and I'm talking 35 plus years of working, hammering and braining, it's took its toll on my hands. So when I'm gripping something, as you know, for a long period of time, it tends to make my hands and the joints in my hands ache like hell. And that view over there is exceptional, absolutely beautiful. You won't be able to see, but I can see there's a blot on the landscape over there, and I believe that'll be the new mine that's getting built with the cranes. And the view here is exceptional as well. Another glorious view on the North Yorkshire moors. And as we climb up Blue Bank, the views just become even more spectacular. I've certainly picked up a breeze coming over this way, buddy. And yet again, the last time we came over here, me and Graham, they were burning like this all over in scattered places, and they're doing exactly the same thing again. And that's obviously to promote new growth of the moorland as well. I'll tell you what, if you really liked your speed, and this was clear, the lads who like to get the knee down could really get the knee down on this sweeping right hand bend. It'd be unbelievable at some greater knots this would be. Not for me, I may hasten, I may say I wouldn't do it, so I don't get that enjoyment out of that anymore. This is what I get enjoyment out of, being out in nature, so to speak, in beautiful countryside. You know, with a good friend, or even on my own, it doesn't matter, as long as I'm on the big beast, the Big Red. We'll do some mileage together, me and him. And I know for a damn certain that when we actually go to Scotland, I'll get 300 miles out of this tank. 300 miles I know I'll be able to get out of this. And that says a lot to me, that's brilliant. What I'm going to say now to you is, thank you so much for coming along. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with me. If there's anything that you'd like to see, or for a place that you'd like me to go and talk about, please comment below. I'm more than happy to keep it in mind. So from me, Paul, from All About Motorbikes, bye for now folks. Bye!